Hello, everybody. This is Nicholas with Tabletop Shenanigans.
And this is Matthew.
This is Felipe.
Shooters.
So, Matt, what are we talking about today?
Same thing we talk about every week, Nick.
Shenanigans. So, engine war, eh?
Yeah, we've seen some, just a little bit of sprinkling here and there. Looks like we're finally going to get all those,
Knights. No,
not all those, some of those really cool AdMech models, and then the flyer.
Oh my!
You mean that Toughness 2 flyer?
The T2 paper wing flyer.
You say that, but I hope it's like minus 12 to hit. To be honest.
Well, I did see some stuff. It was they were talking about it having 3 variants. So one's going to be anti-infantry, one's going to be a bomber, and then the other one's a troop transport.
Oh, woohoo! We're gonna have
transport.
two
So
transports.
you need to buy at least 9 boxes to get 3 of everything.
I already have 18 on pre-order.
There you go. Now you have way too many you could ever play with.
Yeah, but now you get 1 per troop choice, and I have 12 troop choices. What's the problem?
No, it's not a transport. It's still a flyer.
Oh,
it's a transport capacity.
Oh, it's no.
Well, Nick, weren't you talking about in the last time that Adeptus Mechanicus is really lacking in the fast attack area?
Yeah, it'd be really cool if we got something that could strike down a lot faster that was in Forge World. Our really only option right now is that freaking drill, which, by the way, is really broken. But it feels bad shelling out $150 for one model. That's just a 100-point deep strike thing. You know, it's kind of weird.
It does look like we're getting 3 or at least 2 fast attack options for the AdMech. You're going to have the Rough Riders lookalikes, and then you're going to have the Flyboys with the wings and the flamers, or the wings and the stubbers.
I'm really excited for those. People are saying that they're going to be really good because what people are speculating right now. Again, it's just speculation, but they think that the Flyer Boys are going to have similar rules to the other ones, which means that you can't deep strike within 12 inches of them, which I think is pretty cool. Not good, but cool. I like those models, and I'm really excited to see what they do with the horses. I think the horses are going to be an auto include, just because AdMech with a little bit more speed would just do really well, in my opinion. Also, we have other things to look forward to. Don't we also have knights in that book? And what else do we have in there?
$20 says, though, that knights are going to get like a page each, if that.
Yeah, as you say, you have knights and chaos knights. And then you have chaos demons who also made it into the engine war.
I mean, technically, most of them are demon engines. So it makes sense. It's just weird, wonky, you know? Like, it would have been cool if they gave, I don't know, Iron Warriors rules or something like that. Isn't that the equivalent to the Iron Hands now? Am I crazy?
Yeah, I think they're like the polar opposite of the Iron Hands.
That's crazy. I think it would be really cool to be about them. But we already know GW hates General Chaos.
Well, they got roped in with General Ice Marines in the Faith and Fury book.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So same thing with apparently Sisters of Battle was in that book too, but I never got that book.
What?
It would make sense with the Faith portion of Fury.
Yeah, it was a good book. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it either. Yeah.
I honestly feel like the Faith and Fury book kind of got overshadowed because they're like, when they were releasing it, they're already talking Blood of Baal or Baal, and then releasing pictures and models of Mephiston. It feels like you just couldn't not be looking forward to that.
Mephiston's cool though. I like all the new. So at the end of the day, I like Psychic Awakening because of all the new models. It's a lot of new models for a lot of different armies. Even though some of them didn't really need them, it was nice for them to get it, right? Like, I really enjoyed the new, I don't even remember his name, the Blood Angels character model. I thought that was really cool.
You mean Mephiston?
Yeah.
That was Mephiston. That's what we were just talking about. Yeah.
cool. The Blood Angel, the vampire dude, that was cool. I also really liked Fabius Miles' model. I'm never gonna play him, but he looks really cool. I also really like all the Space Marine chapter master characters, like the Iron Father, the Flamethrower guy. I know I'm about to get roasted in the comments, but it's fine.
Nobody comments on our videos, don't worry.
I do like the influx of new models. I just wish that they had been doing this from the beginning and just updating the old line to begin with, because it was cool that we have Primaris, but like we don't have enough Primaris to justify wanting to play a full Primaris army, right? Like
it would be, and also that would be a very boring way to play because it'd be just basically just a straight up just gun line to play just Primaris only.
Exactly. I really wish they would add Primaris melee elite units already.
Yeah, we've talked about that many times. I mean, it would be so good with like Blood Angels and Space Wolves.
I wish GW would just listen now.
Yeah, right. I wish they would just kill the old line. Just decimate old Space Marines and just retcon the whole thing. Like, sorry guys, these are actually the Marines the whole time.
I don't know. There are some units that I would absolutely prefer to like stick around, like Terminators. They're so iconic, and I love.
I wish they would just re-release Terminators that are better, right? I wish they did not.
Yeah, I mean they basically did. They made aggressors. They're pretty much Terminators.
Yeah, but they're not Terminators though, right? Like they're not. Just because
you could just give them a 2-up save, slap an invul on them, and they'd be Terminators.
They don't have Terminator weapons. I don't see any Thunder Hammers. I don't see any weapons that a Terminator would take.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That Primaris, as of right now, don't have melee options. They'd have Thunder. They have a Power Fist, which is like traditionally when you think of Terminators, like in the traditional sense, at least, like the ones that I'm thinking of on the 25 millimeter basis still, they all came with Power Fist and a Storm Bolter, except for the captain that came with a Power Sword and a Storm Bolter. So aggressors with Power Fist and Bolters would be closer to a Terminator than other options that you have out there.
I don't know. I think I would have preferred Primaris Terminators instead. I get what they were trying to do. I think I would have preferred Primaris Terminators.
Alex, what were you gonna say, Alex?
I like Terminators. Love Terminator should have been toughness 5, my opinion, as a whole. But Gravis armor is like the Terminator of the Primaris. Mm-hmm. But the problem with Gravis that it looks kind of weird. I think aggressors look nice. I just don't like Gravis captains.
Yeah,
Gravis captains do look kind of goofy.
Well, there's only one, and it came in that one box set, and it has that weird bulge around his like pelvic bone, and it's like really awkward. I'd never liked that model. I think they took a swing and they whiffed hard.
I don't know. I still have this. It's just like my problem with the whole Primaris thing right now is the fact that they get rid. The Primaris C is perfect, right? So it destroys any quirks in the Space Marines. And it's like, I hate that. I hate how they did that. Because now you can't have Primaris that are Space Wolves. You can't have Primaris Wolfen. Because how would they even exist? It cleans their gene seeds, right?
Yeah, I have a little bit of beef about that. I mean, I still don't even think that there should be a Primaris Death Company. That makes no sense to me. But GW models.
All right. So hear me out. You want Terminators to be Primaris, but you don't want Primaris.
I wish they would just retcon the lore of Primaris.
Yeah, the biggest problem is the lore. The whole Primaris lore is really bad.
So honestly, before we started, go ahead.
No, I was mostly just gonna say the whole lore behind it. It makes very little sense. I mean, there's even a point in the story where like the Black Templars allow the Harlequins to just walk in to like a temple that they're in. The Black Templars, the angriest space marines that there is, and this is even counting the angry marine.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly before we started this podcast, I didn't know that there was such thing as a perfect gene seed in the Primaris. I was just like, oh, cool. Bigger space marines to help fight the galaxy. That's cool.
No,
That's what they should have done at the beginning. They should have just gone like, hey, this is a new upgraded armor. Bam.
If you just don't read the lore like me, then it really is just, oh, look at these really big, awesome space marines with extra wounds and extra attacks and better bolt guns.
That's the problem, right? Now that you know, it's kind of a bummer because it's like,
I don't care. It still functions the same way on the table for me.
I get that, right? I don't hate Primaris. I just really hate how they're trying to make Space Marines look very clean, right? Like kid friendly. Like, no, that's dumb. When I see a Space Marine, I should like poop my pants, even if I'm on their side, because they're supposed to be terrifying. Like Iron Hands, they're basically like chop off my own limbs, crazy. Blood Angels are, the Thirst. Space Wolves, the Wolf Seed. Like each brand of Space Marine is crazy. But now
just look up some stuff about the Carcharodons or like the Minotaurs. They're insane, dude.
Yeah,
the
but
Black Dragon.
It's
Yeah,
ruined.
but then you have like super vanilla Marines right in the middle.
What, Ultramarines?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one likes Ultramarines for that reason, right? Like now every army is basically Ultramarines and a new color. That's all it is now.
Nasty.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah, disgusting.
No.
Imagine everyone just being Geeman for something different. That's basically what we've come to.
No,
right.
Like
I'm all about extra rebootes.
Worst model in the game.
I still have a problem with them adding Primarchs to the game. I think Primarchs, I like Primarchs. I love Primarchs. They're my favorite thing about K, but they're not a 40K thing. They're a 30K thing. It's one of those, they're legends. They should be living legends in the lore. And if you bring one back in the lore, it needs to be like Vulcan, he's there, but he leaves, It's one of those things.
He is such a dude, bro.
I don't know. I love Vulcan. If anyone deserves to be a like an actual model in the game, Vulcan. Honestly,
Nah, Vulcan sucks.
Vulcan sucks.
Look at me, I'm a flamethrower. Oh, I'm so cool.
Nah, he'd be busted. He's literally gonna be T9, 3-up Invon.
T9.
He will be base. He will. Trust me.
Why would
if there was one that would actually get T9, it would probably be Vulcan.
Because what is it? If you haven't seen I don't know what the Salamander. There's a Salamander's Dreadnought character, and that Dreadnought's T9.
Oh yeah, the only T9 model in the whole freaking game.
It's
there
literally
are
crazy.
T9.
It's crazy.
The only things with T9 are Titans.
Yeah, nice.
Yes. No, that Dreadnought character is T9.
Listen.
Yeah, I believe you. I'm just saying, but like in general, the only things with T9 are Titans.
Knights are basically Titans.
No.
Listen.
Nick,
We went over this last week. Oh my God.
Listen.
No, that was 2 weeks ago.
Okay, listen. If I get crushed by a knight, it doesn't matter if it was a knight or a titan. I still got crushed, right? There you go. Like, it doesn't matter.
It does.
What's 10 feet? Right? Because they're like 10 feet difference, right? Or something like that. It doesn't matter. Either way. Primaris, cool. They look great. I love the sculpts. I'm not complaining about the sculpts. I love the new Marine sculpts. I just really hate how they ruin any kind of creativity with any Space Marines. I hate that.
It does, like, with me, with Space Wolves, it has been so hard to customize every, like, Primaris to, like, look different. Because that's the thing, though. It's, like, Blood Angels and Space Wolves and Dark Angels, each one of them should look so unique. But like, if you see how GW paints them, they make them look all the same. Like with that new box that came out, the Saga, the Beast box that came with it, those incursors look nothing different to any other chapter. You could have painted them red and they're Blood Angels. You could have painted them green and they're Dark Angels. Like, there's nothing that makes them stick out as Space Wolves. That's one of the problems too with Primaris.
I think that's the reason why you'll never see the Space Marine line go away. The old school regular boys for the Space Marines, you'll never see them go away, because then you lose your Death Company, your Sanguinary Guard. You're going to lose your Wolfen. You'll lose your whatever they're called, Wolf Guard and
Wolf Guard.
I can't remember. But there's like four, like everybody for like there isn't. You can't just get a tactical Marine in Space Wolves. They're called what?
Gray Hunters.
Yeah, Gray Hunters. And then Blood Claws for the
Scouts,
pseudo scouts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hate that.
I'm saying, yeah. I mean, the only people that, like, as far as, I mean, obviously the heretics still keep their tactical Marines.
Yeah, but the new tactical Marines look good. They're taller. That's what I'm saying. Why couldn't we get the same release instead of Primaris? Why couldn't they just introduce bigger Space Marines? Because that's what they did with the Chaos box. The Chaos.
I think one of the reasons why too is because Matt, how much more complicated was like 6th edition and 7th edition compared to 8th edition?
Significantly more complicated. I mean, just even like rolling was kind of a pain, because chart, it wasn't as simple as if it's higher, it's +1. If it's double, it's +2 to your dice, and vice versa as far as lower by 1 or lower by double.
Yeah, if you, with the new models that are coming out, they're trying to make them as simple as possible. They're trying to like, okay, these are the 2 options that come with this model. Next model, these are the 2 options. Next model, these are the 2 that you can do with it. They're trying to like simplify it as much as they can. I mean, think about a tactical squad, the most basic Space Marine thing. How many weapons, how many different configurations can you make with that tactical squad?
There's a lot, like an endless number. You have to buy many box sets.
Many box sets.
I mean, honestly, I mean, you really do. Like, even for like assault marines, you can bring in a squad of 5. You can bring 2 melta guns, but you only get 1 melta gun per box per 10. So you have to buy 4 boxes to even have enough to field 2 squads with melta guns.
What's the problem?
I mean, it adds up quick. You're doing a lot to get what you want. I mean, it's the same way with Scions currently. You don't have that problem with Primaris. They really are, especially like for beginners, super friendly. Like, I buy a box, I can choose whatever guns I want. They all have the guns available. There's not like, oof, I can only make one of these and I can only make one of those. Because like if you have a squad of 10 or even a squad of 5, you know, you can get 2 of the special weapons, but they can't both have the same special weapon per box because it only comes with 1.
Yeah, but that's easily fixed. They can just re-update the boxes with more weapon choices.
No, that's
a big money loss right there.
Yeah, you're talking about redoing molds.
Yeah, but if they just do new Primaris lines. No, that's what I'm saying. When they release Primaris, they should have just been bigger Marines with bigger guns, because the guns are already not going to fit on regular bodies.
So I'm a guy, like, as a consumer, I'm not going to just go buy new boxes of tactical Marines because I already have mine. But if you release these things called Primaris Marines and they're different and have different stat lines and they're very vastly different from the original, yeah, I'm going to fork out more money to get those, to pay for the fact that they just made new molds. It's definitely not cheap. You know, it takes them a while to make their money back on any time that they create a new model.
Ultimately, it's all business decisions, and I think the whole Primaris is basically what made them so much money in 8th edition. They simplified everything, and even the models themselves are simpler but better. Like, just look at the Intercessor; it's a perfect model. It really
is beautiful. It's easy to paint. It's big enough that you can paint it well without having to really struggle. Like, I hate painting guardsmen. especially if you want to do it with any kind of detail, because they're just so small. I mean, same thing. I mean, I know that Felipe just got done finished painting a whole bunch of Fire Warriors. They're tedious because of how small they are.
Oh God, so bad. I hate them.
Yeah, I mean, all of us have. I mean, you've painted Rangers. They're the same size. They're horrible to paint.
Oh, dude.
Same thing with
Krieg.
sisters. Sisters are not fun to paint.
Kriegsmen,
Yeah,
exactly.
they're worse.
Then
Because they're
Alex.
guardsman size and they have lots of detail. It's like, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're nice models though. But
Alex, you've had Dark Angels. Dark Angels are the same. They're tiny Eldar bodies.
whew,
Yeah, they're not fun, especially if you're really big into edge highlighting and recess shading. I mean, they're a pain. And then you get this nice, big, beautiful Primaris Marine with super clean lines. They're all like kind of uniform in their stature and the way they stand. There's not like a whole complication to like their posing, so you don't get parts that really overlay. So they're easy to paint for beginners. They're easy to build. There's not a lot of like thought process into building a squad of them. I mean, they literally, like Felipe said, they are the perfect choice for not only GW standpoint of making new models for us to buy, but they're also the perfect model for beginners to pick, build, play with, and paint.
But then by that logic, why did we get Primaris Chaos Space Marines? They literally they just made the models bigger. Like,
they have to keep
They
them kind
updated
of
this
close.
True, maybe, but it's basically the same model.
no, it's
They
not.
couldn't.
You cannot compare an old Chaos Space Marine to the ones they just released last year because
I
they're.
understand.
Go ahead.
But to your point, like you said, they made them perfect where they can't fall to chaos. So they couldn't give them Primaris Marines. So they had to give them something that would make them not necessarily equal, but on a more even playing field. So they made them a bigger counterpoint.
You say they can't fall to chaos, but things that shouldn't have fallen to chaos have fallen to chaos. Like,
I know.
it's like
The whole Dark Eldar line. I understand. I mean, I'm going to say Dark Angels line, not Eldar.
yeah, exactly.
well,
I mean, we just got a new Dark Angels character the other day, right?
well, what is the definition of falling to chaos? Is chaos a title that something gets that is changed from the warp, or is falling to chaos something that your ideals are different?
Exactly. Now we're getting to the philosophical side of things. You can be chaos and not be corrupt, right? Like,
Exactly. Like Night Lords are chaos, but not corrupt, quote unquote. Not corrupt. They did not fall. Okay, they did not fall to chaos. They just didn't approve. They did not want to be with the Imperial.
Didn't Conrad Kurz like starve a whole planet or something?
Conrad Kurz.
He's done a lot of things.
That really messed up.
He was really messed up.
Yeah, he was extremely messed up from what I understand.
I would like. I really liked what they did with the upgrade sprues that they came out with not that long ago.
I was gonna say that too.
Those were great. I think that's a great star, but I think we need.
You think we need what?
Well, we need more because think about it. Blood Angel, or specifically like the 3 non-codex compliant chapters: Blood Angels, Space Wolves, and Dark Angels.
There's more than 3, buddy. Grey Knights, Dark Angels, Blood Angels. There's at least 5, isn't there? Grey Knights, Grey Knights, Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Space Wolves. I swear.
No. Like non-codex compliant out of the original legions would just be those 3. Grey Knights kind of fall in the same line as Death Watch. They're their own kind of special.
The most different of the 3 that look different for Primaris stuff is Space Wolves, but that's not even a lot. It's like extremely minuscule.
That's what I'm
compared
saying.
to where it should be. Dark Angels definitely has the most love for a non-codex
compliant
codex, non-compliant codex chapter, but they have the worst because they just got shafted on the rules. They just got new good rules, and then GW said, "Fake Q, stop on the wrist. All right, you had your fun for a week. Now let's take it away."
As
actually funny. It was actually like the biggest slap in the. I'm so glad I didn't buy it. The only model I bought was Semi-L, but I've been trying to get that for a while anyway, so it wasn't the reason. But if I actually bought at least $200 more worth of Dark Angels within that week,
yeah,
I would be livid, and there would be an angry email coming. And I don't write emails.
Yeah,
they wouldn't like it.
I think that's the problem, though, right? Like, I just feel like anytime GW updates stuff, they do it really kind of halfway. And I don't like that.
I agree.
Like, they release it for the Marines. And, oh, okay, cool, we're done. It's like, no, there's so much more into this. But that's just
what's honestly, in my opinion, the Space Marine chapter that actually got the most love to their line, like in general.
Ultramarines?
No, Death Guard. They got the best new sculpts ever.
They do. They're beautiful. But
yeah,
in my opinion, I like of the 4 Chaos Gods, I can't tell you which one I like the most, but I can definitely tell you that the Chaos God that should have the coolest looking getup should be Slanesh.
No, Tzeentch.
But they are the worst.
It should be Tzeentch.
Yeah, I would like to see more Slanesh stuff because Khorne. You know what's the upgrade kit for Khorne? It's that one single paint that's just called. Oh gosh, I have it right over here.
Blood God.
Blood for the Blood God. There's all that you need for Khorne.
Just splash it on there. Yeah.
Fire in that, and there you go. You got Khorne.
But it's you can literally grab AOS really cool looking Khorne berserkers if you wanted to.
For sure, yeah. I actually saw somebody on Facebook selling AOS models that they were talking about. Like, yeah, it was like whatever they're called in AOS / berserkers, and it was just those, but they were doubling them as berserkers.
Yeah, like they literally are just better looking Khorne berserkers.
For sure.
I don't know.
Buy a box of each and slap them together. Bam.
Exactly.
I think Chaos honestly got shafted. Like, again, because, again, I think if they could have released Primaris, they could have done something equivalent to Chaos. They have to call them Primaris, but, like, if Chaos can... I feel like Chaos should have engineered Super Soldiers before Imperium should have, right? Because Imperium has to follow all these stupid rules. They have to follow all these different techniques and everything. But I feel like... honestly, Chaos should have gotten a Primaris equivalent before.
I think, though, the reason why they don't want to do that is because, Matty, you're the one that's played this game the most, but didn't Chaos used to be just, hey, take your Space Marines and just put spikes all over them and skulls, and there you go, you're playing Chaos.
No. So
I mean, they did have a different kit, but basically.
First edition, Rogue Trader... Tzeentch Warriors, they're literally a kit for Tzeentch like Space Marines, and they look nothing like Space Marines. And it was really cool.
I like it now because of the fact that Primaris is definitely just an Imperium thing. And then Chaos has its own different thing. Like, I like that. I don't like the idea of Chaos only being like, hey, take your stuff and then just put blood and skulls over it, and there you go. You're Chaos.
That's what I'm saying. They should have gotten some equivalent to what the Imperium got. I'm not saying they should have gotten Primaris. I think they should have gotten some cool toys to go along with it. Like
I don't know, dude. If you see the new Chaos Space Marine sprue, there's a lot of options and there's a lot to like customize and everything. Like, I like those models. I actually do like.
We all like the models. It's not about the models.
It's the rules.
It's always about the models.
Because we've all agreed that the models look good. I just say how Chaos Space Marines got all these stupid spiders. I don't like the spiders.
I disagree. I love spiders.
But the Venom Crawler, whatever it's called, I think that's kind of lame.
I mean, I think a Venom spider would be cooler. I mean, not a spider. A Venom snake would be much cooler than a Venom crawler.
You're trolling. That's trolling. Imagine a small little snake on a base.
I kind of want to blame you because all of Mechanicus stuff is spiders anyway. So I don't know why you're
like what? one
Dune
model, the
crawler.
Dune. That's
the
it.
main guy in your
That's it.
army.
No, I haven't played a Dune crawler
Main
in
guy
a
in your
year.
army.
No, bro, it's a
Crawler is
four.
kind of small.
He's like,
You guys are clowning.
I think that Chaos has some cool toys. Look at the Disco Lords. That's such a cool model.
Yeah, but they
my
suck
bad.
now.
I know you're sensitive to spiders, so I was calling him a millipede.
A millipede. No, but that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, right? Like, that was cool that they got that, but that's all they got. I wish they got more cool toys to play with. I wish they got something like big and gruesome. That's
Chaos Knight.
no, those are stupid. Chaos Knights are dumb.
They're
Oh, that
cool.
model's actually pretty cool.
It's gorgeous. You could do so much fun things with it.
Yeah, I
The
know.
chains and stuff. I mean,
That's not what I'm saying.
Chaos definitely gets a lot of love.
No,
they
they
have
do
a
not.
lot of really cool and interesting models.
No, they do not.
What?
Chaos Terminators are cool models, dude. They are really
Yeah,
cool
but they just got updated. Chaos
Yeah,
Terminators
like the-
just got updated. Chaos Space Marines just got updated. But like,
Obliterators.
that's the only cool thing that came out of that update.
Possessed, Greater Possessed,
We've
I
always
think
had
Greater
that.
Possessed-
Pirate Death Guard line.
I think Greater Possessed are a cool model that they ruined with the rules of what they could have been,
Possessed should have been.
in my opinion.
Possessed could have been the equivalent to Primaris. They just didn't do it right.
I
My
think Greater Possessed should have had the same stats, but instead of it being all strength, everything within like a 6 inches gain 1 strength if it's like a demon, because you're not going to run demons with your Chaos Space Marines anyway. So why is that even a thing?
I think we should have gotten more demon engines. That would have been really cool.
I honestly think it should have just been like a -1 to shoot aura within 6 inches or something. I don't know, like some interesting thing that makes him like a strong fighting character that you could have multiple of. That you could run down the board, or maybe like have like Greater Possessed be like the sergeants for Chaos Space Marines, because that kind of makes sense for a lot of Chaos Space Marines.
No, I like the idea what you had earlier about the. I wish they had something to make him more defensive, or make him fast and like get to the front lines really quickly and just start hacking away at things. I think that's
So
more
for-
chaosy, right?
For which one?
The possessed. Or sorry, the
Yeah,
chosen.
yeah.
Yeah.
How does that new popular list, the Possessed bomb that I've been hearing about? How does that one?
I don't know. I've seen it. I think
It's
So you use lots of you have to use 2 different casters, or not two casters. You use one apostle that does mechanicals at the beginning of the round, and then one caster, and you can give them like you can give them 5 up, feel no pains, and minuses to hit, bonuses to hit, extra attacks, all kinds of crazy stuff. And then they're T5. No, I think they're T4. A T4 body with
They are
2
T4.
wounds apiece. Yeah, it's with 2 wounds apiece and a 5 up, feel no pain. And then just a whole bunch of them. And they get a massive amount of attacks in melee. So, I mean, they can get pretty nasty. You just have to have a whole bunch of spells go off to make it work.
isn't it like 4 spell casts. You have to cast.
No, it's just you have to get the canonical off, or the 2 canonicals off, or whatever it is, and then the 2 spells. So I mean, it's not like crazy, but it's still a lot of spells.
It is.
Anybody that plays a psychic heavy army knows that you can really screw up a psychic phase really badly.
Not Grey Knights,
yeah.
not anymore. 3 damage smites on demons, 2 damage smites normally. Ooh.
I mean, you can still. I mean, if the spells don't go off, though, you're kind of in a bad spot. Though, I mean, that's just the way it's always been,
But
and it always will be that way.
It's a 5 on 2d6. Any army is bad if they don't go off, right? Like you can't just say that psychic armies have it the worst, because they have much higher chance of succeeding stuff than we do.
Agreed.
Granted, I mean, Grey Knights weren't good till recently, but like I feel like psychic armies are actually really strong. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
Eldar Psychers, ridiculous. Doom, Misfortune, all those Eldar spells are powerful. I hate them. Like, what's the one that lets you reroll all wounds or something?
Are you
Like
talking about
Doom?
the combination of Doom and Guide? Doom,
Yeah.
where you can reroll all wounds on a certain specific unit, and then Guide, where you can reroll all hits. So you put that on Dark Reapers and then put it on whatever you want them to shoot at, and that thing will just go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's so crazy that. And what's the other spell they have? The one that
Jinx.
Yeah, Jinx is
minus one to
ridiculous.
saves.
Yeah, and any saves. It's so crazy.
Yeah, it's just -1/2 saves, which is really awesome.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But like,
I mean,
Agreed.
talking about Primarchs earlier, I was just going to say I usually don't have a problem with Primarchs until Magnus is on the other side of the table. Then I really hate Primarchs.
nah, Magnus is actually really easy to beat because all you have to do is just, especially if you're already playing Chaos, you just cast Null Zone or the equivalent spell, whatever spell to take off an invuln save. He's nothing. And on top of that, 3 of invulns don't really mean much when you're like 600 points, right?
What? No, that's so not true. Magnus and his 3-up invuln is disgusting to try and deal with. Half the
Annoying. I
time.
hate him.
Just
Yeah, I
deal
mean,
with
obviously
him.
one bad roll and you could get right through it, but you really are relying on them shanking that roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never killed a Magnus, and I've actually never killed a Magnus.
I've killed
Really?
Magnus every time I've seen him.
Okay,
You know.
Nick. So cool, everybody. Nick is so cool. He's so freaking.
Yeah, look at me and my Chad Mechanicus versus all your, I don't even remember the meme now.
You playing Dark Angels, just a worse version of Mechanicus.
Every army is just the worst version of Mechanicus.
Night Lords, edgy boy.
Yeah.
Orcs, shooters.
Yeah, my combat is better than orcs. Come on.
Yikes.
So,
Cole
let's briefly
in one
kind of
shot
talk about the book that got hinted at also as well too after this one, after Engine War, the War of the Spider. Where
Yeah,
we're gonna get
we're redacting that.
assassins,
No, we're redacting that.
the
I'm
Golden
sorry.
Boys. What? Why are we redacting?
We told you, Felipe, we don't like spiders here.
I'll deal with it. Anyway,
Oh, I like spiders.
so our boy Fabius Bile is basically getting his own army. That's a
Is he getting his own army? What's going on?
supposedly he's gonna get like a mini codex or something like that. Look at that.
Yeah, something like that. That's kind of crazy. I didn't. Isn't Fabius Bile technically like an Emperor's Children or something?
Yeah, he was the head apothecary for the Emperor's Children, and he just kind of went crazy. And now both the Imperium and Chaos hate him. Like they're constantly trying to hunt him.
What's his army gonna call? Fabius
I have
Space
no idea.
Marines, Chad Marines.
Nah, it'd just be like
The
Dark
Bile Boys.
but Chaos Space.
I love that, the Bile Boys.
The BBs. Oh man.
What were you saying, Alex?
I was saying that maybe it'll be like Dark Elder, but Chaos Space Marine version.
I'd be down for that.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be my fantasy.
Maybe they'll just release a 5th Chaos God. What's his name?
I would like to see more
The
stuff
Gash.
for the Sisters of Silence and the Assassins. I think that would be cool. They're great allies.
No, I don't like the Sisters of Silence. I think they're kind of boring.
Whoa.
You take that back,
Recant.
sir.
Redacted.
You take that back.
I'm just giving my opinion. I think Sisters of Silence are kind of boring.
Well, hey, your opinion is unwelcome.
Oh wow.
I said it, and I don't take it back.
You don't take it back. All right. I'm sorry. I guess I've offended everyone.
Yeah, you've offended me,
Yeah, you
and that's
did.
what
I love the
matters.
Sisters of Silence. I'm about to punch you in the face.
Wow.
Well, I won't punch you in the face over
Yeah.
it, but I do think that it was uncalled for, and you should be shot. What? Did I say that out loud?
You play the Golden Boys. What do
I do.
you
I'm-
want out? What do you
Oh
want?
man, what do I want? Just
Point
Feasible.
reduction. That's
Feasible.
all he wants.
I was about to say point reduction across the table.
I wish all my models costed 100 points instead of 500.
Whoa, Nick. Whoa. If your models can cost 100, should cost 5, but instead of 4 shots, well, my bad. Instead of 2 shots, there should be 18 shots per shooter.
Yeah, I agree with you. I wish my army would get cheaper, more shots, and better ballistic skill. and better
and an orc
invulns.
should have a 2-up invuln because that makes cannon.
But they only have 1 inch movement.
No, I don't even care. They got shooters.
18, they're 8. That's a 19-inch threat range, homie.
Yeah, that's crazy. Within 19 inches, you lose.
Yeah. But before then, right? Oh man,
I'm okay with it.
I just imagined it. Yikes.
yikes! And every time they roll a 6 on the armor save, they ping back mortal wounds to you.
On who we're talking about orcs here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
let's do
always
it.
end up talking about that.
6
Let's
is
do it.
instant death.
I don't even think I'd need more than my 100 boys that I own. That's it. I just bring 100 boys to the table, and I pretty much win every game. My
But-
2-up invulns and my pinging back one.
Each boy would be like 100 points each.
Hey, that's fine. I'll take it.
No, because it's a 2-up invuln on a 1 wound model.
So
Wait,
I
are you
think
talking
so,
about that
the orc-
that new orc model? No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not 1 wound. He's got more than that.
No.
I think he's
Gretzel only has 1 wound, dude. 1 wound, 2-up invuln, and it costs
sure
100
about that?
points.
Yeah, 1 wound, 2-up invuln, 2-up.
Felipe, you're missing the point. We're not talking about the new grass call model.
No, or whatever, Nick. I'm gonna double punch you in the face.
Double punch you in the face. That's rude. I didn't do anything.
Anyway, you cut Matty off. I want to hear what he has to say about them golden boys.
I told you. 2-up invulns. Cheaper points.
Shut your mouth.
I definitely don't want a 2-up invuln. I wouldn't mind a points reduction. I know that they're like these super awesome warriors, but in all reality, you just get shot off the table. Doesn't matter. I brought lots of shields and 3-up invulns, and I just get shot off the field. Maybe some new models, because Forge World has lots of cool models, but
just
I don't
got
have access to
supplement.
this. What?
You just got a supplement for all those models. Like the
No, I didn't.
Veritari and all this crazy stuff. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but it was.
Or the
No,
tank?
I'm talking. Those are everything you just said is Forge World. I was like, I want some new GW love
Oh.
for Custodes.
GW
But
doesn't.
you don't want to drop $120 for a single model, Matty?
I mean,
Yeah, why not?
you're playing Custodes.
I'm
You
not-
already are with GW. The Forge World tax isn't real for Custodes. They're the same price.
No, I mean I'm not worried about necessarily the price. I just want some more models. I mean, I'm very limited. Honestly, I think that Custodes is one of the cheaper costed models to buy into.
No, they're not.
Like as far as an army.
I don't
Yeah,
think
because
so.
for $100 I have all the troops that I need. Just $100 gets me 3 squads of 3 troops, which is all the troops that I need.
Are they not $65 a box?
No, they're $50 a box.
And you get 5 of them.
You get 5 and
So you-
5, which is 10. So I have 3 squads of 3 and a shield captain.
I was gonna say I never see them running anything bigger than 3.
Yeah, 3 squads of 3. Usually with a lot of times you see it 1 shield and 2 spears. I prefer to just run 3 shields per squad. It's a little more expensive, but when it comes to Custodes, you're really just trying to survive making it across the table. So having 9 wounds with a 3-up invuln on toughness 5 is a lot better than 3 wounds on a 3-up invuln. So, I mean,
do
it's
like the
really-
sculpts. Yeah.
I mean, some new stratagems, something maybe to make them like quicker across the table, or something to make their shooting more effective would help. Because that's really where Custodes lack, especially if you're not playing with Forge World. You're lacking in your shooting a lot. I know they have some really cool. They have some really cool.
How do you take down a knight without Forge World options?
You just charge it.
Yeah, you charge it. I mean, it dies really quickly to your charge, usually. But you really have to hit it with Castellan axes. Castellan axes at strength 8 and AP -3 or AP -2. Usually, you'll cut through the knight pretty effectively.
I mean, you have
'Cause,
other options.
Yeah,
Not shooting wise.
that's it. I mean, that's really your Castellan axe is your best chance of killing a knight, and you usually won't do it in 1 turn.
Are your shield
Just being
captains
honest.
like T10? Or strength 10? Are they
No,
not?
they're
Oh.
if they have Castellan axes, they're strength 8. That's it. The shield
Oh.
captain just has extra wounds and rerolls ones to hit. That's it. Now having what's his name? Trajan Valoris.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get reroll ones to hit and reroll ones to wound, and he has a strength 10 axe. So he's the obvious choice for hitting knights. Him with a squad of wardens with axes. So wardens have 4 attacks each. So if you bring 4 of them, you get what? 4,
16?
8, 12, 16 attacks at strength 8. Rerolling ones to hit, rerolling ones to wound. Wounding on 4s is pretty effective way of killing the knight.
Yeah, you
Right.
definitely need like the equivalent of like a devastator, a squad for your custode.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really cool to have, because they have some really awesome like autocannons and other like blasters on their Forge World vehicles. If you could just have a squad that was holding on to like those, that'd be pretty awesome. But they definitely couldn't take a penalty for moving and shooting. I mean, look at them. If Death Guard don't get a penalty because they're slow and beefy, then Custodies should definitely not have a penalty because they're definitely slow and beefy.
It would make sense, yeah.
I agree. I think Custodies are okay with getting. I find Death Guard much more intoxicating to play with than Custodies.
Yeah, the Death Guard are probably, obviously, without Forge World involved, the more competitive choice for sure. Because like if you hit me with a big squad of Poxwalkers, I'm going to be wrapped up in that forever. Because I have like 3 attacks with my regular guys per turn.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm going to kill probably 7 Poxwalkers a turn, but it's going to take me 3 turns to cut through 20 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I mean, that's insane that you have your, I don't know how many points 200 Poxwalkers is, but
They're now they've gone and become even cheaper actually, which is awesome because
how many points per model are they?
Hang on, I can find.
Yeah, because the Custody I think the Custodies are like 110 points if you bring 3 shields.
Wow, that's not bad.
Well, I mean,
it's
that's
bad, but it's not bad.
it's not that bad until it's on the table and you're like, ugh. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of I might be thinking of Kill Team, because in Kill Team they're 33 points per model.
Wait a second, it might be Q Team.
I don't know.
You're telling me you can only get 3 models, but I feel like Custodians and Kill Team is broken.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was a terrible idea. Terrible idea.
Like beyond broken. Yeah, just because at 100 points I could bring 3 guys with 3 wounds apiece, T5, and a 3-up invul, and a power sword to boot.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I was way off. There are 156 points for a squad of 3 of them with the shields and swords.
Poxwalkers are 5 points a model.
52 points a model? Not
Yeah,
too
they're
bad.
52 points per model with the Storm Shield and the Sentinel Blade. They're a little bit cheaper if you just get them with just the spear, and with just the spear, they're 90. They're 3 points cheaper, 49 points.
Yeah, it's not worth it though. If it's only 3 points cheaper.
Yeah, for 3 points more, I get a 3-up invuln that
And
keeps
yeah.
more. Yeah, that keeps more important things alive. But yeah, for real, they're 156 points, and you're saying they're 5 points per model. So
Yeah,
40 points for 20 of them? No, that's not right. That's bad math.
That was really bad math. I thought.
Yeah, 100 points. 100 points. So your 100 points can lock up my 156 points for 3 turns, which is,
Ridiculous.
I mean, obviously way in the favor of the Death Guard.
I love I sometimes I feel bad playing Death Guard because it tends to be one of the most annoying armies to play against. I went up against Chase a while back and he brought that giant demon dog thing. What's the name of that thing?
The Bloodthirster?
Yeah, well, he used to be like 888 points or something like that, but they had to bring him down or something.
He's bad.
You're talking about you're not talking about the blood. You're talking about the big, like the special one.
Yeah, that giant model that he's got, whatever the name of that thing.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he's basically like a
Scarbrand.
Scarbrand. Yeah, Scarbrand. I locked that thing up constantly with like 15 poxwalkers, 10 poxwalkers. And like, yeah, he would murder them, but it just kept it locked up to where that model was basically useless for the majority of
Yeah, I mean that's really all you can do. Like, especially like if I'm playing as Necrons, I just try to wrap up what's his name? Magnus. If I'm playing against Magnus or Thousand Sons, I'll just try to like assault him and hold him in combat because he can kill like at most 7 Necrons a turn and they just keep coming back. even like psychicking them to get through 20 of them is just a chore for him.
Doesn't he have though the fly keyword? Can he fall
but
back?
he can't. Yeah, he can fall back, but he can't charge again, and he doesn't really have shooting. So I mean, he's going to psychic anyways, even if he's in combat. But it keeps him from using that disgusting staff of his that just rips through anything. So if you can keep wrapping him up with warriors, you can pretty much make him null for the whole game.
Oh yeah, Death Guard versus Thousand Sons is a bad matchup for Thousand Sons for sure.
Yeah, I mean honestly, when you're playing Thousand Sons, your tactic is get Magnus in a position where he can psychic and charge everything and pray that his 3-up invuln lives. But if you can bog him down, I mean that's usually gonna win you a game.
Pray that your opponent didn't put all of his input models beside each. They put them on beside each charge that and kill all 3 of them in one single point of combat. Boom.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, but that's the big thing with custodians is just they're pretty slow. Unless if you want to shell out a whole bunch of points for a land raider to move 3 of them across the table.
Only 3 fit in there?
Yeah, they're like 3. I think they count as like 3, or they might count as 2.
Jesus.
But I don't think they have the variants for the land. I think it's just 1. They do the venerable land raider or whatever. So it costs extra points, and it can only hold 5 of them in total.
Right.
So I mean, it's really the point effectiveness for moving them across the table is not great when you have better options in deep striking your models.
Yeah, I mean, not Eldar. Sorry, do they not have really amazing deep strike capabilities?
You said what now?
Can't they like separate or something after the deep strike?
That's just the Terminators, but yes, they have a stratagem where when they drop onto the table, they can become 3 separate units of 1.
That's really nice.
It's
they count as characters, so you could do some shenanigans with it and make them untargetable. But yeah,
I mean, it is okay.
It's super situational.
Yeah, the problem with that is like if you're playing ITC, then all of a sudden you only have to start shooting off 1 at a time, and that's like, oh, I just killed 3 whole units, so you're probably not going to get killed more.
No, that's not how that works.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure they still count as 1 unit.
Even though they say that they count as 3 separate units.
Because when you combat squad, they don't count as 2 separate units.
Okay. Well, maybe you're right. You might be right, and it may be a better way, but I don't know.
It just triples your chances.
Go ahead.
It just triples your chances of getting a successful charge, in my opinion.
True.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, custodians are pretty point heavy, unless if you're bringing like your loyal. 32. I used to say loyal 32, but now it's the loyal 17.
The rusty 17.
The rusty 17 is that what we're calling it now?
That's what they're called.
The rusty 17.
Two engine steers and 3 squads of 5 rangers.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about 3 squads of 5 scions and 2 of the.
Oh, is that what they do?
Yeah, because they're technically each squad of 5 scions is 5. They're 35 points instead of 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Tempester primes cost 40 points each, or 35 points each to the company commander, 30 points each. So it ends up netting you 5 points over your loyal 32. Plus they can hold deep strike. So you get better board control for like recon and holding objectives later in the game.
No, yeah, for
So
sure.
it's a definite better. You save 5 points, and they're definitely more flexible than just having 30 guards that will get shot off by indirect fire.
Right. Which is
They'll
ridiculous.
trip and die.
now,
Basically, they'll fall on their own bayonets.
Yeah, and then deep striking a scion in a back corner to hold an objective or get you line breaker or whatever in cover. They have a 3-up save, because they're 4-up normally, 3-up save and cover, and then for 1 CP you can make them a 2-up save and cover, which is crazy.
Can you issue them that command? Get down. Doesn't get down give them an extra cover save?
That's what I'm talking about with take cover.
Gotcha.
For one CP for take cover, and it gives them a 2-up armor save and cover.
Yeah.
For your guardsmen, which is pretty crazy.
Pretty
I mean, just for holding it down while
That's pretty
other people like your knights are doing the work.
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's most of the time we have today. I would actually like to talk to you guys about something that we're going to be starting pretty soon here. As you know, Nick, me, Matt, Alex, and Felipe here, we're going to be doing a Dark Heresy 2 campaign, and we will be recording it for y'all to listen to. As you know, I'm playing a tech priest, obviously.
Well, I like the way you keep saying "as you know," like we've talked about this before.
Yeah, you know I was going to play. Everyone knows I was going to play. It doesn't matter.
You're always a tech priest.
I'm always a tech priest. Anyways, so be on the lookout for that pretty soon. Thank you guys for listening to us today. And I know we had a few sound problems, but hopefully we'll have everything fixed by next week for real. And we hope you guys have a wonderful week. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and support us on Patreon at the Tabletop Shenanigans Patreon. And make sure you follow us on Instagram and like us on Facebook. What was that, Alex?
Shoot.
Yeah, shoot us. Don't forget shoot us. And also don't forget, you have to guess how many Rhino chassis I have. Yeah. I just want to give away a Start Collecting box, and nobody wants to win it.
How about next week we'll come up with a contest so y'all can win a Start Collecting box instead of just trying to guess this man's collection.
Guess my chassis.
I'm kind of interested, actually.
My chassis. Yo, I want to join. I like collecting.
Alex collecting box.
Right. Alex, take your guess right now.
Okay.
How many Rhino chassis do I own?
Is it between 1 and 100?
Yes.
Oh my lord, it's hard. 28.
Don't say anything. Just leave.
Yeah, I'm just let it slide right there. All right, y'all. Thank you.
Y'all heard his guess. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week.
Oh yeah, one guess per person.
Yeah, one guess per person wins. Yeah, right. All right, y'all have a good evening.
Bye.